Hello fellow course student, what a pleasure it is to hang out together and talk about A Course in Miracles. And the topic of today's video is the words in A Course in Miracles. Because I don't know about you, but when I first came to A Course in Miracles, I read all the words and it felt good, it felt true, it felt right, but I didn't really get it. And I've later realised that the words don't mean what we think they mean. A Course in Miracles uses words that we define differently. When I realised this, I thought I would create a little dictionary. It's only small and it's a free printable on my website. This is a little printout of it. It's A Course in Miracles dictionary. It hasn't got all the phrases in, it hasn't got all the words in, but I thought it would be quite helpful for me and for you, hopefully, if you're watching this, to help you understand A Course in Miracles, put it into practice, and yeah, just not get confused and just not be held back by the beautiful light and amazingness of the Course in Miracles teachings just by, a few words. So, in my little printout, I'll put the link in the description, it's got a little intro about decoding the words of A Course in Miracles. It says it's the most epic spiritual guide we have to dissolve all suffering and reawaken to our innate experience of unadulterated love and oneness. However, the language has different meanings to our current definitions, blah, 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 blah. Then it goes on to say, so it's really annoying that A Course in Miracles doesn't quite exactly say this, but it's really annoying that A Course in Miracles has redefined all the words because it makes it hard for us to, practice it. But of course, it was channeled perfectly, so the words were obviously meant to come out like that for a reason. A Course in Miracles is all about forgiveness, so obviously if it's annoying you, like it annoyed me, still a little bit annoys me, number one thing we have to do is forgive it, because anything that comes up in our life, anything that's triggered, that annoys us, upsets us, brings us any form of suffering or pain, is there for a reason, and that reason is forgiveness. To remember the truth, remember where you really are, and yeah, let it go, and bathe in the light of spirit. So we'll do that now. You doing it? So any words this doesn't cover, put them in the comments below so that we can add to the dictionary basically. So future downloads of the dictionary will be even bigger and even better and even more helpful and useful. So I'm going to assume that if you're watching this, you're probably into A Course in Miracles. You're probably, if not into A Course in Miracles already, then you're probably on your spiritual path. You probably understand various spiritual phrases and what they mean. Okay, let's start. It's in alphabetical order, like all good dictionaries are, so you can easily find what you want. So the first word is atonement. Oh, so if you're new to A Course in Miracles, there's a lot of Christian language in it. I wasn't really brought up Christian. I was only to the extent that I was christened. Okay, so the first word is atonement, which means the undoing of the ego mindset. That's all atonement means. Attack is used a lot in A Course in Miracles. A thought or action that blames or tries to hurt another. It's the ego's main game plan. The ego wants to keep us attacking, keep us thinking attack thoughts about ourselves, about other people, and also keep trying to think bad thoughts about people and situations to maintain its control of the ego mindset. Brother is any other person that is equal in truth. It is a reflection of your oneness. So a brother is just any person you can think of, any person that you come across today. They are your brother, they are your equal, and they are just a reflection of oneness, and that's how we've got to think of them. If they trigger something inside us, that's something inside us that needs to be triggered to arise so we can look at it and forgive it. That's what the purpose of relationships is. So all our brothers, and because it's in Christian language, it's very male dominated, but that's also something else to forgive for the feminists amongst us. It's, words are symbolic, words are symbols, so don't read too much into that it's all masculine and, brother and he and father. That doesn't matter. It's all just symbolic. You can replace those words in your mind with words that you prefer if you want, after you do a forgiveness on it. So brother is just another human. Christ. Christ is an extension of God. In other words, God's Son, which we're all a part of. We're all Christ. In our oneness, we are referred to as Christ. So Christ is all of us together. Oneness. Correction. Correction, in A Course in Miracles, is the shift in perception from the false dream that we're experiencing to the reality of love. So we correct ourselves when we correctly perceive a situation how it really is. So we're perceiving it through the spirit's mindset instead of ego's mindset. This is going to be a long video, isn't it? Shall we persevere? Little bit of backstory. It was at this moment that France decided to split this into 2 parts. You're watching part 1 and part 2 is linked in the comments below. Dream. Dream, an imaginary world the one mind makes up when it forgets what our true reality is. The physical world is an example of this. When I read A Course in Miracles, so many times I have to read it 2 or 3 times because I'm like, what? Mind blown. Mind blown. It's so good. So good. Okay, back to it. Ego. Ego comes up a lot. Ego is the false negative belief system making separation endure. So when we've corrected our perception, when we're thinking with spirit the whole time, when we're thinking our thoughts are aligned with love instead of ego, separation will no longer exist because we've chipped away at all the ego's beliefs and perceptions. Father, like I said before, it uses kind of Christian language and male language, but that doesn't matter. That's just something to be forgiven because we're all equal and all the same. There is no gender in perfect oneness. Father in A Course in Miracles is just referring to God / unconditional love. So if you don't like the word God, forgive it, and basically you just think of it as unconditional love, which is Father and God. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the removal of an ego belief because you've remembered the truth. Cool, huh? When you forgive something, it removes that belief from your mindset, chipping away at the ego mindset. God. God means oneness or unconditional love. Guilt. This is a big one. Guilt is the feeling that stems from thinking we've gone against God, so we deserve punishment. We haven't. It's a dream. Guilt is a huge one. I think guilt is at the source of everything. It's that original thought that we went against God and now we fear punishment and we feel like we deserve punishment, but we haven't. So we can relax. Oh. The main feeling I get from A Course in Miracles is relief, because it gives you an out for every form of suffering. Heaven. Heaven, our true reality, which we return to when our ego is fully undone. So another word for it could be oneness. Again, all these words are symbolic, and some of them mean the same thing, some of them are describing the same thing in a slightly different way. That's why there are so many words in A Course in Miracles. It's just trying to get all the angles of how our ego could connivingly take control. Holy instant. The moment you choose to see the truth over the ego's dream. That's cool, isn't it? I reckon a movie could be made about that. Holy instant. And that's often the hardest part of practicing A Course in Miracles, the remembering and the choosing. Once you remember and once you choose, the rest is easy. Well, not easy, but easier. Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit, the voice for God who heals our perception. The voice of inspiration we can sometimes hear. I refer to it as spirit because I don't resonate with religion, so a lot of the words in A Course in Miracles feel religious, and I don't like that aspect, and I know I need to forgive it, but it still lingers. So for me, Holy Spirit is spirit. That is my dictionary for A Course in Miracles. I hope you found it useful. And remember to check out part 2 of my dictionary of words from A Course in Miracles. Okay, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more Course in Miracles-y stuff, but also other self-care stuff, holistic stuff, and basically spiritual loveliness. Thanks for watching.